All right, so for today's review, we're going to skip around a little bit with some problems. So I'm going to give you some numbers that I want you to do, and they are the ones that I will be looking at to grade when I get back to class next time. So we're going to start with number 9 right here. Number 9 kind of deals with a couple different note cards. So when we're looking at number 9, the first thing right here tells you to find all the zeros. That is going to be on note cards 18 and 19. Okay, describing the long run behavior, this is going to be on note card 15. So there's a few different note cards in on this. We're going to mark D off right now too. I'm going to take this one out. And the rest of them you need to do. So as a reminder, when you are solving these for all the zeros, if you look at your note cards and you see the steps, the first thing you want to do is you either have to, one, graph it and get a zero from the graph. So if you looked at your note cards, you'll see that it says that get the zeros, exact zeros, and then you're going to have to do synthetic division, all things that we've learned, and then at the end, after synthetic division, you're either going to factor or use the quadratic formula to get your remaining zeros. Okay, so make sure that you're showing, there's lots of work to show on this. If you do this on this sheet of paper, you will get no credit. There's no way these can be done without getting out a separate sheet of paper and working them. So make sure that you are getting that done. If you don't get any off your graph, then remember we had where you had to find possible rational zeros, which was our P over Q, which is on that note card. And you can find possible rational zeros and then figure out which one works with your synthetic division. Okay, so those are one of those we're going to do. We're not going to do 10 right now. We're going to skip that one. Then we're going to go and we're going to do 11. 11 deals with transformations. You're just taking these here and matching them with the graph. This is the graph that we're translating some way or another. Note card 11 has all your different translations, what everything means, so you can look and match your graphs. Then number 12. So 12 we're also going to do, doesn't have a note card, it's just sketching a graph given some criteria. So we're going to look at that one. Then we're going to look at 13. 13 is just a bunch of function stuff again. It's asking you to find a lot of different functions over here. So when you do this, you just have to find your values from the graph. For example, if we wanted to find this one, if we wanted to find g minus f of negative 3, that is g of negative 3 minus f of negative 3, and then we're going to get the values from the graph. So g of negative 3 means I come to graph g. I go to where x is negative 3, go down to my y, and I get negative 3, so this is negative 3 minus, to get f of negative 3, I go to my f graph, come over to negative 3, go up, and I get 2. So this answer would just be negative 5. And then it's asking you to do some other ones here with it. So just working through those. 14, writing a possible formula. We're going to do this. This is note card number 16. I do an example of this. And we also are going to cross off part D right here. So look at your note card 16, walks you through the steps of doing all those. And then for today, we are going to skip 15 and 16. You're welcome to do them. You eventually will get to things, but I'm going to skip them for right now. And we're going to go to number 17 and do it. So here, number 15 is almost just like 17. 15 just asks for domain and range. 17 asks for domain, range, coordinates, a bunch of different more stuff. So here we have different note cards depending on. So we have some that are logs and some that are exponential. So we have a note card for logs and a note card for exponentials. So these are note cards 23 and 27. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. That's where you're going to stop. I'm giving you 6 questions to work on today. When I come back to class on Tuesday, the first thing I'm going to do Tuesday when we get into class is you're going to show me these being done for your points for the day, and then we will talk about the next step after that and what we are going to look at. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great weekend.